Hello guys and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. In one of the last videos I presented a different method for a petroleum generator or petroleum boiler. For that I was using the oil well, and at the end of that video I also mentioned that it is possible to create sour gas instead of petroleum from it, and I want to deepen that. Um, for a more detailed explanation I would recommend you watch the old video as well. But I'm gonna go through how this works anyway in this video. So let's see what's happening here. The only input to the system is this water, which is collected from this room. You can see it's at 30 degrees Celsius, and instead of just pumping it right away, we have a liquid valve in between and set that up to just 1 kilogram per second. This way, the water inside that pipes will not convert into gas or ice until it leaves the pipes. And that water is going to be piped through this steam room. As you can see, it is already preheated to 680 degrees something. And then we pump this water back into the oil well. The oil well will create crude oil from the input water, and as you can see here, the crude oil is dropped to the bottom of this room, and then in the next moment it will directly convert into sour gas because of the heat. Just for checking that this is true, I'm just deleting the bottom here, and as you can see, there's now no crude oil or petroleum left. So basically what we do, the water is at 680 degrees Celsius, and we are receiving sour gas of 680 degrees Celsius as well. So this is a direct conversion. You don't see that in here because there's a lot of thermal conductivity going on, and yeah. Then the next what happens, the sour gas will be cooled down by those steam turbines, um, and then eventually condense into liquid methane when it has reached, I think, minus 161 degrees, yes. And because of the temp shift plates, the liquid methane will heat up a bit and then evaporate as natural gas, as you can see here. Because natural gas is lighter than sour gas, the natural gas will climb into this room and then get pumped out into the natural gas generators, as you can see here. And lastly, I've added some temperature regulation to the steam room. So I'm basically deleting some heat from this room as soon as the temperature is above 700 degrees Celsius. That is because I don't want the aqueous units to overheat, because they actually provide more heat than it is needed to cool down the water to the desired level. So I've done the math here, because 1 kilogram of water per second is converted into 3.3 kilograms of sour gas. You will be able to run 36 natural gas generators from that. Yes, you heard that correctly. 36. That's almost 30 kilowatts of power from just 1 kilogram per second of water input. That's a very decent amount. So you will basically be able to run your endgame base from one or two of these setups. So, and why is this actually working? Yeah, made some theory crafting on that, and that is because of the different specific heat capacities of water and sour gas. As I've already mentioned, the conversion rate is 3.3, means 1 kilogram of water will turn into 3.3 kilograms of sour gas. And as you can see, the specific heat capacity of water is 4.179, and the same parameter for sour gas is 1.9. So, but we are receiving 3.3 times the mass. So if you just multiply this value by 3.3, you receive 6. And compare that with water again, it is 4. That is basically saying that we are receiving 50% bonus energy from converting the water into sour gas. That's of course physically not correct. So, and this is basically the reason why this setup will run endlessly as long as you regularly release pressure from the oil well. This requires some duplicate labor. I have to mention as well that you will need endgame materials to actually build these Sourgas boilers. You will need access to uh, liquid supercoolant. That is because of the very low temperature that has to be in this room, minus 160 degrees. Just remember that. And also the thermal aqua tuners will be or will require to be built from thermium because the heat in this room is at, or the temperature is at 670 degrees. So you won't be able to run this from steel or any other coolant than, yeah, pretty much supercoolant. So I think I've covered most of the important parts. If you have any further questions, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I would, yeah, appreciate if you consider subscribing. Thank you and have a nice day.